Sorry, guys.
Look what the cat dragged in.
I thought we were gonna have to wait all day, Chloe. Jeez. Sorry to meet your time standards, Lexi and Sophia. But if you had to know, I got held up in math because of this stupid worksheet.
Whatever, let's just start the assignment.
So did everyone read Blind?
You mean the one by Rachel Dwoskin?
Yeah, I did.
Same.
Great. Do you want to start us off, Chelsea?
Yeah, sure. So the prompt is, in a 500-word essay, explain how becoming blind has shaped Emma. Cite evidence on how her mental state has changed since then. How have her sessions with Dr. Sassaman given her a new viewpoint on life? What have others done to impact her? Based on the last sentence, infer how Emma feels about herself and her condition.
Let's start with the first question. Explain how becoming blind shaped Emma. What do you guys think?
So at first it seemed like Emma was a fairly normal girl. She went to school and she had friends. But after she went through this experience, she feels alone. All her friends continue with school and she doesn't know how to handle her blindness.
Now, I agree. She even says, I'm not coping, I'm crazy. I've missed an entire half of the school year and I'll never catch up. If I have to be in a different grade from Logan and all of my friends for the rest of the year, I'm going to die.
Yeah, and there was a part in paragraph 7. Oh, here it is. It says, I'm not courageous enough. So she feels hopeless and scared of everything and doesn't know how to react to her current state.
So based on all the evidence you guys gave, I think we can conclude that Emma feels like a whole different person and doesn't know how to live with this disability.
Exactly. Is there anything else?
Yeah, I think that being blind has made her so mad that she refuses all change.
I actually don't think that she's mad about being blind. I think it happened so quickly that she just doesn't know how to adapt to it.
Or maybe she's not ready.
So Emma's trying to change the way she feels about being blind, but she doesn't necessarily want to. It's like a whole new thing for her, and she may not be ready to change. She feels like changing will mean leaving her whole life behind and all her friends.
Okay, I think we've exhausted this question.
Okay, next question. Cite evidence on how her mental state has changed since then.
I think she might be suicidal, and I found some evidence in paragraph 6. It says, you are not going to die, she said, as usual.
What do you mean by that?
Dr. Sussman said, you're not going to die more than once, since it said, as usual. That means Emma has talked about dying more than once in her sessions.
Interesting. Do you think she's always been this way, or did it start when she became blind?
I think it started when she became blind because she started to become hopeless and lost meaning to her life.
Okay, so the next question is, do you think Emma's sessions with Dr. Sassaman have given her a new viewpoint on life?
I think she learned keeping in all her anger all the time won't do her or anyone else any good.
So she has to learn how to express herself because she's constantly feeling trapped.
Yeah, and I think that her therapist made her throw the eggs because she was always feeling crossed off. Before, she might have not tried to throw the eggs to release her anger, but after she did, she realized closing herself off isn't always the best idea. She felt free and in control.
I have a question on the part where Emma made refrains about darkness and light. Can someone explain that to me?
I think Emma was trying to make refrains because she's been in so much pain due to her blindness. She's forgotten what seeing was like, so she's trying to make connections with what she knows. She tells her therapist everything that she feels and discovers, even if they're not reasonable.
Wait, what do you mean, even if they aren't reasonable?
Well, you know how she refers to dark as safety? I don't think most people would think that, but Emma tells that to Dr. Sassaman anyways.
I agree. Obviously, I don't know what it's like when you're blind, but it might be dark. So she's probably thinking that dark is her safe place, and I guess she's trying to associate her old life when she could see light with terror.
But why? Why is light terror?
Maybe instead of saying that dark is the safe place and that light is the hated, I feel like it would be the opposite, saying that because she associates darkness with becoming blind and light is when she was at school with her friends.
So that might be why she's trying to change. Emma's trying to associate light, as in her old life, with terror to make her feel safer in the dark.
Yeah, because if all she sees is dark, she's trying to think, okay, I'm safe and I'm not going to be any danger anymore.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, so let's move on to the next question. What have others done to impact her?
We've mentioned Dr. Sassaman a lot, so is there anyone else besides her?
I think she was close with her mother before she was blind, but I think after she lost that connection with her mom, she feels like she can't open up to her. The first paragraph on page 2 says, yes, you are. She said and repeated it like I was deaf too. So her mom really can't find a good way to communicate with Emma.
I think that she's growing apart from a lot of people because she doesn't think that they can accept or relate to her.
This is just a thought, but she might even be growing apart from her sisters, because in paragraph 1 it says, I told Dr. Sassaman I was scaring my sisters and myself and losing my mind. Since her sisters are so young, they don't know, they don't understand what she's going through and they're not very accepting of it.
Also, in paragraph 13, she talks about her mom. So I think she doesn't want to be comforted, and she just wants to feel like a normal person, especially around her family. So when her mom told her Braille can be fun and anything can be fun when you're blind, she didn't really want that.
Okay, so the last question of the prompt is based on the last sentence of the excerpt, and for how Emma feels about herself and her condition.
I'll just read the last sentence. How can you know the truth of anything you're still inside of?
Ever since she became blind, Emma feels trapped inside of herself. She doesn't know how to communicate her emotions to other people, and she doesn't know how to feel about being blind or how to handle it.
And I think this kind of relates back to the beginning when she was throwing the eggs. She thought that keeping in all her anger would actually help her, but instead it's not helping her because she's just not expressing it to other people.
Do you guys think we're ready to write this?
Yeah, I have to get to my soccer game anyway, sorry.
Okay, we get it. You're more athletic than us. You don't have to rub it in.